Welcome to Tomahawk DIY. I'm Mike. Today we're going to take a look at a garbage disposal that's making a funny noise. Now I've got another video that shows different ways to unclog or kind of troubleshoot a garbage disposal, so you might want to check that out. This one also will show an important tip that's valuable for dealing with garbage disposal problems. So something's gotten clogged down there. We kind of had the dish wand get munched up in it. There was a whole lot more white plastic that is now long gone. So that might be the problem. I also had a little boy that was washing off his rocks in the sink, so we could have some rocks in here. See if you can hear what the noise is. Now, obvious safety warning, make absolutely certain your power's off when you're working on a disposal. The easiest thing to do is try and find what's making noise, get your hand in there, feel around, try to find something that's stuck under one of the blades. If you can't find that out, that's where this trick comes in really handy. It's actually to take the disposer off. It's not very hard. Let's take a look. Alright, so under the sink, a few important things. As I mentioned, power. Now I conveniently have a power outlet that mine's plugged into, so I can just unplug it. If you don't have one of these, I recommend you go to the circuit breaker and turn it off. Be sure it's not working. You're going to want a bucket, because we might lose some water. You're going to want a little towel to help dry things off. So on our disposal, up here's the key trick that can help us loosen this. Before we take this off though, we need to disconnect a few different things. I mentioned the power already. I'm going to disconnect the piping here. Now depending on your orientation, you may be getting some water to leak out here. So that's when you want to have your bucket and towel handy. We got it off, not too much water. Okay, now with everything disconnected, oh, and this is kind of stinky too, so be warned of that. With everything disconnected, a couple things to be aware of up here. One, don't mess with the screws here, okay? You might be tempted to try and deal with those screws. That's actually kind of clamping everything down so that your sink doesn't leak around the seal, okay? Our trick is going to be to unscrew these. Now, this one's easy enough. I'm actually able to grab it with my hands and do it. You may find that you need a screwdriver to go in there and provide some leverage. Don't pry out. You're trying to screw this, rotate it. Okay, so you'd be pushing on it. You can also take an Allen wrench or something like that to get in there and be able to push on it. Now, as you unscrew this, it's got some weight to it, so it's going to come down. You can double check, make sure I've got everything disconnected, because I don't want to break any piping or tubes. And then I'm going to support it from the bottom while I push and rotate it in that direction. Alright, so here we go. Supporting it, we're going to slide it down. Okay, with that we'll have easy view of inside. Alright, so with this off, let's take a closer look. It's also a good time to remind you, make sure you don't put water down the drain while this thing's off. Put a bucket, a towel, some tape, something over your sink to be sure it's not going to be getting water running down and making yourself a mess. So we look in here, might be kind of hard to see on the camera, but let's see if we can get some light. Oh, by the way, here's a flashlight. I love this thing. It's got a magnet on the end. I'll include a link to Amazon. Really great handy tool for working with. It's called a Big Larry. Love it. Anyway, so we see some sponge down there around that blade. Looking around the edges, got some more stuff messed around in there. Looks like there's some chunks of plastic. Right there you can see a little bit of white plastic sticking out that's gotten munched. Some more sponge. So definitely some stuff to clean out. With the power disconnected and this thing down, it's pretty easy to reach in with hands, needle nose pliers, things like that, and clean it out. So let's do that. Now if you've ever wondered what's going on inside a garbage disposal, here's your chance to find out. So we've got these big metal blades, and they can move around, as you can see, and they spin around. And then along the edges of the wall, it's a little bit hard to see, but there's some jagged bumps sticking out. There's little bits of holes where chunks of food that have been busted up go down the drain. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on so we can kind of see what happens. Obviously, as I've said before, absolutely don't try this at home. This is for demonstration purposes only, and you're responsible for your own safety. So do not give this a try on your own. Alright, just for fun, let's see what happens if we put something in. Here's an eggshell. Okay, let's drop this guy in there. So, now you know what a disposal looks like, at least without water running through it. Obviously those little chunks would be washed down. Alright, so now that we've got this thing cleaned out, over here you can see some of the junk that got dug out of it. Seems to be working fine. We're going to put it all back together. Alright, so as I go to put this thing back together, I'm going to make sure my O-ring, my seal up here, is cleaned off. I don't want to be springing a leak or anything like that. So that seems to be nice and clean. Now, put it back together. Obviously make sure your different nozzles and connections line up properly with things that came apart. Okay, now as you tighten this on, be sure you've got it on all three sides. Alright, well, thanks for watching Tomahawk DIY. Hope you find this helpful. Like the video, subscribe, leave some comments, and appreciate it if you use the affiliate links in the video description, or share the video with others. That helps support the mission of Tomahawk DIY, which is to help people build better lives in some of Earth's most dire circumstances. You can read more about that on the About Me page of the video. As you hook it all back together, don't forget to watch for some leaks. Here we're going to turn on the water, and then check out my other videos. I've got several about drains, clogs, disposals, and several videos about different issues. Alright, let's turn the water on and see if there's any leaks. Okay, we hear it running. So far, don't see anything coming out. So that's a good sign. I'm going to keep an eye on this the next couple of days as well. And have a great day.